freezing, so I need some more heat. So I go into this top drawer where I have my diesel heater remote because I'm too lazy to walk the 2 steps to get to the display. Hello Snack Pack, welcome back to Travel Snacks. Today's episode is all about Chinese diesel heaters. In today's video, I'll be talking about what a Chinese diesel heater is, the type I got, the cost of the unit, how much it is to fill it up, how long it takes to heat up, what it smells like, safety measures, what it sounds like, and other tips I've learned along the way of using this for over a year in my van. It's a definite winner for keeping you warm in the winter if you're in a vehicle, so let's jump right in. Okay, before we get started talking about heaters and vehicles, I do want to say that I'm not a technician, heating and air conditioning professional, or any of that. These are just tips that I've learned along the way. Do your own research, and if you do something dumb in your van, I can't be responsible for that. But I can tell you all the things I've learned from my van, and hopefully it'll help you. Okay, so what is a diesel heater? A diesel heater is a heater that runs off of diesel fuel. There's kind of 2 types of heaters. There's the higher end ones, and the brand names are like Webasto, Esperbacher, Botcher, S-Bar, something like that. And those are like over $1,000. And you know, I'm not gonna be paying no $1,000 for a heater. But I got mine for about $140 on Amazon. And when the Amazon box was delivered and I opened it, there were like a million parts. But God provides, because at that same time, my dad and I were going to Home Depot so much, and we struck up a conversation with one of the people that worked there, Bob. Hi, Bob. And he told us that he's put diesel heaters into several different vans. He already knew how to do it. So he offered to help, and he installed the diesel heater. So I'm not going to do an install video because I don't have that, but there's plenty of install videos on YouTube, so check those out. What I will say about the install is that the heater needs to be vented outside. So Bob drilled a hole into my floor, and it's vented down under the van so that I don't die. Even though it's vented outside, I do have a carbon monoxide detector alarm thingy in my van as well, just for precaution. Dang, you can get almost anything on Amazon, but you know what Amazon doesn't have? The Snack Pack. All you gotta do to be part of the family is hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, throw a like on this video, and keep watching till the end. There's so much more I need to say about this heater. So I'm gonna take you over to the gas station and show you how I fill up. Tighten this, put this on top of the heater. In my door, I have the funnel wrapped in a paper towel. Too fast, it doesn't allow the funnel to go down fast enough, so you gotta kind of keep it at a steady pace. Okay. Just let it drip for a little bit so that it doesn't drip as I exit with the nozzle. And I just slip it back into the paper towel and back into the Ziploc. And the best part was only $4.16 for diesel fuel at $2.29 for a full tank. And don't forget to put your cap back on, that would be a disaster. And that's it. My heater is mounted behind my driver's seat, lifted up. We put a box so that it wouldn't be sitting on the floor and it'd have room for all the stuff underneath. And then the fuel tank is mounted to the side of my refrigerator, so it's all kind of in one main area. Also, this is a 10-liter tank, 2.64 gallons. Obviously, it depends on where you're buying gas, but if diesel is $4 a gallon, like in California, it'd be $8 to fill this up. I filled this tank up about a week ago, and I've run it between 1 to 3 hours per day, and this is how much fuel it's used. So with my super accurate measuring system, I'd say you could probably get about 3.5 weeks running it 1 to 3 hours a day, depending on the temperature. So 3.5 weeks for $8, that's pretty good. Unless it was like super, super, super cold and you're running it more often. So I'm gonna give you a typical rundown of how I use the diesel heater when it's cold in my van. I'll park for the night, I'll be in the driver's seat, and I'll come through this curtain, and then I'll close the curtain once I'm back here. But what I do is I tuck my curtain behind the armrest of my driver's seat so that this curtain won't be interfering with the blowing part of the heater. Then I get into bed, put my covers on, but then I say, it's too cold, I'm freezing, so I need some more heat. So I go into this top drawer where I have my diesel heater remote, because I'm too lazy to walk the 2 steps to get to the display. So I just click the on button right there. It's on, off, and then these 2 are the temperature up and down things, but I really don't use that. I'm gonna get out of the bed to show you, but just pretend I clicked it from back here. But I'm gonna click it from right here so you can see the display. And you'll see that it blinks on, and you'll see that little fan symbol rolling around, and then you'll hear the heater start to blow. I'm gonna go sit back on my bed and be quiet so you can hear how it sounds as it heats up. It's not super, super cold right now, so it might heat up pretty quickly. There is a slight gas odor when you first start the unit. It's not unbearable, but if it does bother you, you can open a window, but it kind of defeats the purpose because you're trying to keep it warm in the van. But you do smell a little bit of odor when it first starts, but it dissipates pretty quickly. So as you can hear, once it comes up to temperature, it's just a low, far off locomotive that's like choo, choo, choo. It also reminds me of getting a sonogram when you're pregnant and you hear the baby's heartbeat. It's kind of like this lulling choo, 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 choo. It's not irritating. I have really sensitive ears in terms of little small noises that irritate me, and it doesn't bother me. When I'm sleeping, it's kind of comforting. It came up to temperature very fast because it's not really that cold outside. Obviously, it's going to take a lot longer to heat up if it's very cold outside, but another thing is it's going to take a lot longer if your windows are open. So I recommend getting or making, which I made these, you could see the video about it, window coverings. This is made with some reflective material, and inside there's some Havelock wool, and then just some material from Joann's Fabrics or whatever. And they just pop in, and that really makes a huge difference in keeping it warm in here so that the heater doesn't take as long to heat up. I'm going to take you outside real quick to let you hear how it sounds from the outside. It does have a slight clicking sound, so if somebody was really near to your van, they would probably know that something is on in the van, but it's not super loud or noticeable if somebody was just walking by, maybe on the other side of the street or whatever. Now it's pretty warm in here already, so now I'm going to turn it off. So I just hit the off button, and you see it starts to blink. you hear the fan start to blow a little harder. And basically it just takes a few minutes to, I don't know what it's doing, get all the stuff out of it. So if you're ready to get driving, you should turn it off while you're doing other things, cleaning up or whatever, so that it can stop. You can still drive with it turning off, but it does take a few minutes. And that's it. I just have my display velcroed to the side of this wall. You can change the temperature and different things. I really haven't read up on this because all I really care about is on and off and the temperature. You can do it from this display or the remote. This is going to be lit up at night, but it's not too eye piercing, and it's also good so that you can see it at night. So once you click the remote, say on, you want to see that that little thing blinks on and it came on. And the same thing with turning it off, because once you want to turn it off, you're going to be ready because it's hot. The last thing I want to talk about is maintenance, and it's a very short story. I haven't done any. No, that's not true. I did one thing. I did read up on Google, and it said that in the summer months, you should run the heater, I don't know, I think it was like once a week, just to like make sure that everything doesn't get clogged or whatever. I have done a little research now that I've had this for a year, and I guess soot can build up. So you're supposed to clean out your diesel heater. I haven't done that, and I looked up some YouTube videos and it seems really involved. So I'm gonna see how much it costs to pay somebody to do that. And if not, maybe me and my dad will try to put on our tool belts and figure it out when I go back to my parents' house to visit. After having my Chinese diesel heater for over a year, I can tell you that it's by far one of the best choices I made at the last minute to have it installed. It's saved me many a nights of being very, very cold. The unit didn't cost too much, and the fuel is even cheaper. I'm super glad that several people encouraged me to get one, and I hope this encourages you to get one as well. If you're living in a vehicle that can accommodate it, I definitely recommend it. If you're not able to install a diesel heater into your vehicle, don't worry, I got you covered. I have this video that talks about how to stay warm while living in your car. And I'm going to be doing an update very soon on how to stay warm living in a van, which also applies to car living as well. And that video will include tips that don't involve installing a diesel heater. Bye for now. After I've parked, it's a definite win. This dog keeps barking. Putting the heater... What? Except you can't get anything on Amazon, but you know what now there's there's installing it. I didn't feel like airplanes hovering. I have this video that and he told me that he's put Snack time.